Yo, what's up guys? It's Nathan here. And today I wanted to show you a really advanced kind of sub technique. Now, essentially what it is it's using a resonant filter on a somewhat harmonically dense sub to create movement in the sub layer. So typically you're going to use a saw wave for this, and I'm going to show you what I did because I'm going to just show you the original sound just to start so you hear what it is. It's this sub. So you can hear how it's like evolving, right? There's movement in the sub. So when you hear it in the context of a track, it's pretty cool. If I were to remove it, it would, sound like a pretty boring sub layer. So the movement's actually happening on the drop. Actually, not that layer. It's happening on the other one. It's happening on this one. It's this weird thing happening here. It's really cool. So let's just show you what it sounds like without it. It might not be a huge difference to you, but for me in this track, I wanted this sub to have movement because there's a lot of space in the track to kind of allow you to focus on what's happening in the sub. Now, the way that I did it was I just I pulled up the drop. You can do this with any filter plugin that you have, as long as it has a mix knob. It has to have a mix knob. If it doesn't have a mix knob, you can't do it with that plugin. So, what you do is you just take, you take a low frequency or a high pass section, and you just have it kind of fill. Actually, I need to show you it so it's very visual at complete wetness, because what it essentially is it's a bandpass automating through the frequency spectrum. So if you watch it as it plays, you'll see this bandpass moves up. So the automation is just, really basic. It's really repetitive. So it's really cool. It's a bandpass. That's what it is. Now, you want to mix it in because you want it to be subtle. Now, you could leave it on completely, and that would give you, your own kind of sound. But the idea is you want to control a bandpass filter. So if you're using the drop to do this, the way you actually do that is you would automate the shift parameter. That moves both filters left or right at by the same amount. So it's essentially once you create a bandpass by moving the high pass up or whatever, and moving the low pass filter to the similar frequency range, then adding a little bit of resonance, because that's important for this to work. You got to have that resonance, otherwise you don't get that movement. Once you've done that, you automate the shift, and that's what's happening down here. So you would then mix it in, because again, you're using like a saw wave for this. If we listen to the original sound, this is what it sounds like without anything on it. You can really get away with murder. And then, you just, the last filter here is actually a low pass filter. That's what makes it dark. And then you just automate that bandpass and then mix it into your heart's content, and you'll get your original. So it's really cool technique. It's like it's probably really similar to the filter automation tutorial that I showed you, where you can automate a resonant filter on a sound. Now, I wanted to show you another way that you can do this, which is very similar to a tutorial I just released on what's called send layering. If you don't have a filter that has a mix knob on it, what you can do is you can just take that original sound and you can just put it on a send, or send some of it to a send. And on that send, what you do is you do the same thing. This time I'm going to show you with equilibrium, because actually no, I can't connect the filters, and that would be too much automation work. So we're just going to put the drop on again. We'll do the same thing, just a little bit of high passing, a little bit of like low passing, add some resonance in there, and you have your thing. Then you have your shift knob to move it all around. So we're just going to automate that, and what you'll see is we can just mix it back in. It's the same idea. If I play it as the track goes, you'll hear this kind of automation happening. So you can do it like there's multiple ways. If you don't have a filter that has mix, you just put it on Ascend. And what can be really cool about putting it on Ascend is if you do like more dramatic kind of automations with the sound and you find that in like certain frequencies, like in 1K plus, it starts to swamp other sounds, you can just put a multiband compressor on there and just set it up so that it compresses it when it starts to get in those higher frequencies, which kind of will push it back in the mix. Or if you find parts of the sound have more resonance that you don't like, you can do the same thing there as well. And that allows you to really shape the sound to your heart's content, though typically if you can get away with doing less technical stuff, I would suggest that. So hopefully you find that helpful. Hit that thumbs up if you like this video, and hit that subscribe as well so you can receive some of my more videos, and we'll see you next time.